Hi guys, welcome to Sentimental Reviews here on YouTube and on Instagram, and today I have my November 2025 candle empties for you guys. So I did manage to burn 16 candles even though I was gone for like 5 days on a trip, so I'm super proud of myself. I'm hoping to get crossing my fingers, a camera for Christmas because it's very hard for me to see if stuff is focus on the camera or not, or at least get a visualizer or something, because I know that the camera, I have like the most updated iPhone, so the camera is like amazing, but it's like I just can't see when stuff is focusing. So please bear with me, and hopefully I either get a visualizer and or a camera for Christmas. So we're just gonna go through this. I will separate by candle and by company in the description box below, and I'm just gonna go through each candle, go over the fragrance notes if they have them on the vessel, or just me summarize them. I'm going to go over the fragrance, if it was strong or not, and if I would repurchase it again. So let's start with Bath & Body Works. Let's start with Leaves. So these candles are a mixture of fall and winter, mainly winter. But in Leaves we have fragrance notes of crisp red apple, golden nectar, warm clove spice, and this one which is a very sweet apple fragrance with a hint of clove, and I do like the clove in this fragrance. And then a hint of sweetness from the nectar. This is like very sweet because of the apple and the nectar. And if you saw my video comparing the 3 iterations of Leaves that I had, I feel like this one and the one from Caramel Sundays is my favorite. This one is just so nostalgic to me. It wasn't super strong. I'll give it like a 7, but I definitely think I will always have this in my collection. There's just something so great about the original one. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is Strawberry Snowflakes. So we have fragrance notes of juicy strawberry, whipped cream, and iced bergamot. Okay, this one was very artificial to me. I really did not enjoy how sweet it was because of the strawberry and the iced bergamot. So the iced bergamot did lean a little citrusy, and with the strawberry and the iced bergamot and the whipped cream, it was okay. This will not be a repurchase for me. In terms of strength, I'll give this like a 6.5. I burned this mainly in my guest bathroom. It was okay, but this would definitely not be a repurchase for me. Let's move on to this one. I got because people were raving about it. So we have from the Milk Bath & Body Works collab, we have Cereal Milk Soft Serve. Hopefully you can see this. So we have fragrance notes of soft ice cream, golden cornflakes, frosted sugar. So I think this honestly smelled better on cold, because when I was burning this, it just smelled burnt, like a burnt soft serve shake. And I think that it was the golden cornflakes that was making it seem like burnt. This type of fragrance, not recommending in a hurricane. Mainly because I think certain fragrances from Bath & Body Works, if you put them in a hurricane, it just smells like really off. So this is one that I don't recommend in the hurricane. This was very strong though. I'll say that this was like a 7.5, because I put this in my master bathroom, and then it filled up my whole area, like my master bathroom and my master bedroom. Yeah, I feel like this is so basic. I would just get other fragrances. I know a lot of people liked it, but this was just kind of basic for me. Okay, let's move on. I'm not sure if do I have a review? No, I don't have a review up for this yet. I'm going to probably post it tonight after this video, but you'll get my insights to this candle. So we have Santa's Milk and Cookies. So I love the wraparound that was in this candle. So we have fragrance notes of fresh sugar cookies and a warm glass of milk sit by the fireplace on Christmas Eve. So this is one of those fragrances that's kind of like conceptual from Bath & Body Works. So at first, this candle did take me on a journey. At first I hated it because it smelled like spoiled milk. Then after a while, it smelled like kind of like burnt, toasted, creamy Fruit Loops, and you're gonna see what I mean by that on the review that I post. So like, I like this, but then I hated it, but then I like this. This is another fragrance which I don't recommend burning in a hurricane, but because of that like toasty note, it just made it seem very burnt. So this is not a repurchase for me either. The other one wasn't a repurchase for me either. This is just, I don't like basic creamy scents like this. The only one that I really a creamy vanilla that I like is Caramel Sundays Bakery on Main, but I don't know. It depends. I guess I don't like toasty notes. That's what I'm trying to get at. The other one, not the Fruit Loops, the cereal milk soft serve also leaned like toasty, which I didn't like, and this one also leans like that, but it's like milk and Fruit Loops toasty, so this is not a repurchase for me. Even now, I can smell like the toastiness from the fireplace or whatever. I wish I actually knew the fragrance notes that were on this candle. Okay, let's move on to a single wick that I burned from Bath & Body Works, which is Flannel, which is fresh bergamot, heirloom, mahogany, and soft musk. This is the definition of perfumey. Like, Amy, I know you would never get this fragrance. It burned all the way to the bottom. I just realized that I didn't show you the other ones and how they burned, but it's fine. So this one was very strong for a single wick. This Flannel one filled up my guest bathroom and it just traveled outside of it. So I'm going to give this like a 5.5. I didn't do a dedicated review on this. I don't really do dedicated reviews for these candles, this one wicks. I think they're good for the bathrooms and I try to use my rewards up for them. So probably would be a repurchase for me because I feel like it's just a good bathroom clean fragrance, especially for like the spring or summer. Okay, and let's go over the last candle from Bath & Body Works. This is in my candle empties on Instagram. This is in my top 5 from all of these. I loved this candle, and I know a lot of you guys are in the same boat. I have another one in my collection, and I'm debating this weekend on Candle Day. I know one of my stores at the mall still has this. I have 2 around me, so I probably am going to get another one of these because I love this fragrance. And this is Peppermint Sugar Cookie. So we have fragrance notes of crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, soft sugar. This is just the best peppermint fragrance that I've came across from Bath & Body Works, and I think this is the best fragrance that I've had this year from Bath & Body Works. It's just a creamy vanilla with the butteriest sugar cookie. I actually still have a little bit in there, and it's like burned perfectly. Oh my gosh, it's just so addicting. The smell of this is so addicting. I know Amy only has 1. I still have like 5 at my Bath & Body Works. I might get another one before Candle Day. I still have 1 in my collection too. There's something about this that's just so addicting. Okay, let's move on to Caramel Sundays. My top 3, well, I have a top 5. 3 of them are from Caramel Sundays. So let's start with one that I recently reviewed, which is Hansel and Gretel. Okay, if you see the burn on these candles from Caramel Sundays, this is my fault because when it gets to this point, I just let them rip. I just let them go until, you know, it like for 4 or 5 hours straight, which I know is bad, but I'm supervising them. But so Hansel and Gretel, we have fragrance scents of sticky buns, molasses, vanilla frosting, chestnuts, ginger butter, and nutmeg. And this was like just like a basic sticky bun scent. I prefer the holiday sweets that I'm burning right now. That one is a warm cinnamon bun with marshmallow and vanilla pine. This one is just too basic for me. There's nothing unique. Nothing unique. The scent throw was, I'll say, like a 6.5 leading 7. It was okay. I don't think this would be a repurchase for me, and if it was, I would probably get this in a 4-wick just for extra strength. And also the Peppermint Sugar Cookie, that one was also a little bit on the lighter side. It did fill my master bedroom, so I'll give it a 6.5 leading 7, but I wish I had more strength with that one. Okay, this one was one of my favorites. It's Cranberry and Birch from Caramel Sundays. Oh my gosh, I can still smell it. So this is sweet cranberries, birchwood, vanilla, pine. Caramel Sundays does the best with cranberries. Like, it's just so good. So you get the sweetness of the cranberries, and then you get vanilla to soften it up, and then you get pine and a little bit of the woodiness from the white birch. This is just so good. This is also one of those addicting scents that you can't just stop smelling it. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I'm so sad that they didn't offer this in a 4-wick. Next year, I will definitely repurchase this in a 4-wick. This was strong though. This was like an 8, 7.5 leading 8. Very strong. I can only imagine the 4-wick. Okay, let's go to this other one. This was kind of a fall one. This is Hocus Pocus. So we have, this is when they didn't write the fragrance notes on here, but this was like a very fruity, jammy, with mahogany fragrance. And it's so crazy. After smelling all of those sweet fragrances, I could actually detect the mahogany here. It's not sharp. It is mild because it's super well blended with the cranberries and all that. And Caramel Sundays blends their scents amazingly. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Actually, a very clean burn for me letting it rip out. Yeah, I would not repurchase that, mainly because they have Autumn Jam, which is kind of like the sister of that, except for the mahogany note. So I would definitely purchase Autumn Jam. If they didn't have Autumn Jam, I would purchase that one. So let's move on to the third last one, which is Autumn Leaves. So also no fragrance notes, but this is very similar to Bath & Body Works Leaves. This one has way more clove and it's more sweet because of that golden nectar. Yeah, I did enjoy this one, but next year I probably would get this in a 4-wick because this is more like a 6.5, and I would want more strength from this. But I would still purchase the ones from Bath & Body Works. I would still purchase Leaves because I think that one is unique in its own way, and this one is also good in its own way. Because this one also had like more greenery in the fragrance note. So let's move on to the last two that were my top 5. The first one is Salty Santa, and again, I let this rip because I was loving it and was trying to get the most out of this. I feel like I should get a crock because I see like Melanie and other people on YouTube that once it gets to this point, they just crock it to try to get the most fragrance from it, and I think I need one. I'm not sure. You're gonna see right now that I've actually burned a lot of wax melts. I don't want to get too much into a rabbit hole. We'll talk to that when we get to that. Anyways, this is Salty Santa. They didn't have the fragrance notes on here, but this is like a buttery, creamy, salty fragrance. I would definitely repurchase this. I have this in the 4-wick. Okay, the next one is Woodland Apple. I love this fragrance. So we have fragrance notes of warm apples, balsam fir, pine cone, woody vanilla. And this is the perfect blend of apple, vanilla, pine. So I feel like this is a good example of what vendor wax would smell like. This is so good. This is the perfect blend. I would definitely repurchase this. I'm sad that I didn't get another one, but Chris Country Apple is coming out in December, so I'm going to get that. It's very similar to this one, but, well, I'm assuming without the pine and, yeah, without the pine note and toasted pine cone note. So good. So definitely happy with all of those. Let's move on to the 2 Kringle candles that I burned. So the first one is Leaf Peeper. So if you saw my review, I wasn't super impressed with this one. We have fragrance notes of crisp green apple, peach slices, dewy greens, cloves, cinnamon, autumn acorns, musk, lakeside wood, and tonka bean. This I was just so upset because I had terrible burn with this, and it was just so bad. The actual strength was like a 5. So this would not be a repurchase for me. Very weak. I feel like this one was not as greenery forward as Leaves, but it was not as good as Leaves from Bath & Body Works either. Autumn Leaves from Caramel Sundays. So that is my first one that I burned from Kringle, not a repurchase. And then the second one, Mint Cookies from their 3-wick collection. We have fragrance notes of peppermint, vanilla bean, fresh snow, and cedarwood. So this one, as you can see, I didn't burn all the way just because I feel like with these vessels, like when you get to right here, the wax is very murky and weird. So this one smelled like straight up, not fresh gum, like someone has been chewing on peppermint gum. That's what it smells like. Did not enjoy this one. It was a good blending scent for like other peppermint fragrances. But yeah, not a repurchase for me whatsoever. So then, let's get to the one candle that I burned from Circa 1955, which is Grand Cranberry Scones. So this had top notes of cranberries, and I only know because I just recently did a review. It had top notes of cranberries, mid notes of sweet dough and demerara sugar, and then base notes of plum, apple, and vanilla, I think. This one burned terribly, and I think that's one reason why I'm not purchasing from Circa 1955. I don't know why the wax gets like that. So let me show you an example of Caramel Sundays. So that's the wax there. Look at the difference. And again, I don't want to compare, but this is 100% soy wax, so I'm very confused. Again, the fragrance is beautiful. I wish this had more strength though. This was like a 6.5, maybe 6. But it had a very beautiful cranberry note. I really like the cranberry note here. I wish it had more of a bakery note as well. Okay, this one also made my top 5, which is Mornings at Levain from Snif. So this one is a bakery fragrance. It is not overly sweet. You don't really get the cocoa powder. It's a more of a bakery note, whether it's cookie, whether it's bread, whether it's a croissant. It's one of those, maybe a mixture of all. And then you get the nuttiness from the walnuts. This is so good. I got this in a 4-wick, obviously. I like it. Yeah, this is really good. This is definitely a repurchase for me. I already have one in my collection. So those are all of the candles. If you want to stay for my wax melts, you can. So let me now go into the wax melt part of my video. So I am kind of diving in to vendor wax, not because I'm like, okay, I want to start burning melts now. I mean, melting wax. There's so many fragrances that like, I guess, interest me. And I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a try. So I have a bunch of orders coming in. I know this is not the most highly recommended company for vendor wax, but I just ordered 2 from them. So I ordered 2 from Teddy Bees. I have a CQ order. And then I also have a Gratefully Imperfect wax. So those are the few wax melts that are coming my way. I will make a dedicated video for those when they get here. But I don't know. I'm looking at the list and so many of these seem interesting. I have 3 wax melt warmers now. I'm probably going to get another one. Sometimes I don't have enough time to like light up a candle and whatever. And then sometimes, you know, my partner's home and I don't want to let her deal with the candle, so I just leave my wax melt warmers on. So that's why I'm trying to just dabble in there, so when I do get home, my house still smells like something. And I don't know, I just want to dabble into it. I'm not going to buy like 1,000. No, I think I've wasted less than, I'll say $70, because a few of these were like discounted, and a lot of these are holidays, and I know that you have to let some of these items sit. But anyways, let's just get to the wax melts that I did melt. None of these are from vendor wax. So let's first go to Scentsy, which is Moonlight Whisper or Moonlight Whisper. Moonlight Whisper. This one was a boozy vanilla fragrance. This was very light. It's still very light, but I get like a vanilla, but a boozy vanilla. Hi, Noodle. Definitely not a repurchase for me. I didn't even purchase this. Norina on Facebook, actually not Facebook, Instagram sent me this because we traded a candle and she kind of burned it already, but she's like, I'm just gonna add, and I didn't need the difference. She burned like this much of it, but she did send me some wax melts. Hi, Noodle. Let's go right here, Noodle. Lay down with me right here, okay? I'm sorry if now it's out of focus. Noodle, let's come right here. Let's go right here, Noodle. Let's go right here. Okay, let's turn him over so he's not getting us out of focus. Okay, Noodle, so let's go to the 2 Kringle wax melts. So we have Cranmary, which is a cranberry fragrance. Okay, this one is really good. I was debating on getting this when the Black Friday sale came out, but I just have a lot of cranberry fragrances that I need to burn. This is very cranberry and pine forward. You get other fruits here. I think raspberry. But yeah, I really like this. This is also very strong in my wax melt warmers. Very strong. And then we have Juniper and Laurel. So at first I prefer Juniper and Laurel more than Christmas Stroll. But after melting both, I think I like Christmas Stroll more because this one is too like astringent. And this one reminds me more of cat urine. I know you're just like, I know I'm in the minority, but this one is just too astringent for me. Honestly, very astringent. Okay, now these wax melts were sent for me from When You Wish Candle Company. I've been loving her wax and most of them have been super, super strong. So let's go to Gingerfrost. So this one has notes of peppermint, gingerbread, spices, brown sugar, molasses, and buttercream frosting. So I did message her, but this one was very peppermint forward. I didn't really detect a lot of the gingerbread because she just wanted honest feedback. So I got mainly peppermint, and this peppermint is more astringent than this other one that I'm going to talk about. But it was like peppermint with some spices. It wasn't bad, but not my favorite. Let's go to Home for the Holidays, which is fragrance notes of orange, spices, cranberry, pomegranate, and pine woods. This one was also very good. You get all of those fruits. I mainly get a mixture of cranberry and pomegranate, and then you get a little bit of the woodiness from the woods and a hint of the tree. Yeah, this is very fruity with a hint of pine. I really like that one. And these are my top two from the ones I've melted this month. So the first one is pumpkin marshmallow, and this one, oh my gosh, I don't know what she puts in her marshmallow oil, but it is so good. Like, I'm loving this marshmallow oil. And then with the sweetness from the pumpkin. If you buy anything from When You Wish Candle Co., it's this one and the next one. And this is actually pretty strong. So I put 2 and 2. Also Christmas, my dogs. And then we have Christmas cookies. This is my favorite one. I highly recommend this. This was like a mixture of buttercream frosting and peppermint. Those are my candle empties. Thank you guys so much for watching.